republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back once again. It is Saturday afternoon, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. Tonight we have back with us again the ever favorite Cajun Cowboy.
Yeah, I don't fall for that, man. You just my ego ain't that weak. You can't pat me on the day. You got my face all out there and everything.
And we got Mr. Josh joining us tonight.
Hello.
Josh is back. The whole gang is almost here. We did it a little early because I got some
the gang's getting bigger than the microphone setup.
I know. So how are you guys doing?
Have to start doing multiple podcasts.
We should.
Mark and Dean can share a microphone.
Well, they can come in and do a different podcast, and then we have multiple podcasts.
Multiple podcasts. That'd be the way to do it. So what have you been up to this week, Mr. Tarver?
Nothing. Actually, I've been looking at, I was just telling you, nobody's waiting for SHOT Show anymore. People are getting their new gun information out pre-SHOT Show.
Yeah.
And they got some interesting stuff out there.
Pretty soon we're going to start talking about the new guns in like July. And SHOT Shows in January. It's going the way of Christmas.
Well, the last couple SHOT Shows, name one thing that came out in the last couple SHOT Shows that you was like, ooh, I got to get it. Nothing.
I'm not even going to say it.
Was there anything?
Well, the one I like came out about 3 SHOT shows back.
Okay. And then they get, SHOT is what sporting, hunting.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's got shooting, camping
hunting,
gear.
Outdoor.
Okay.
Freaking online comedians, online YouTube speech givers, and
it gets into
duck hunters and people that don't do anything for the industry.
Yeah.
They get invited.
So it gets into it's a lot more than just guns.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's all kind of all the gear and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of gear.
I just want guns and ammo.
Yeah, just show me something new. Show me something neat. Show me something that I want.
Something fun.
Yeah. I found one.
What'd you find?
Ruger 5.7.
Ruger 5.7, man. That thing looks sweet.
I've been looking for it. I've been calling everybody. You got it? You got it? No, we don't have it. When you going to get it? And they're like, you can pre-order. I'm like, I got to put it in my hand. I've done too many of those pre-orders. And I get them and I don't like it.
They know
I want this gun.
You walk in and you're the big pre-order guy.
Well, they know. They like I'm like, I tell you what, call me when it comes in or don't call me. I'll get it off the internet. That's your options.
There you go.
Yeah.
If I find out.
Toy with me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. How are you doing, Mr. Josh?
Good.
You're moved back to the area finally?
Yes. Yep.
You're not running from the previous area, are you?
No, just too many people up there.
Got to get out of town.
A little closer to the mic, sir.
Okay, sorry.
There you go. You're fine. I hate to say that, but we're still learning this board here.
Okay.
Lots going on. So we did an extra podcast after the actual podcast, or I did. Excuse me.
Yes, you did.
I did. That was a solo show.
Wow.
Did you listen to it? Did it sound good?
Nobody listened to it.
What? I know.
I did listen to it. I think I'm the only one that does the podcast. Listen to all the shows.
It's been
I'm a faithful listener, man.
Sometimes you listen to them twice.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I listen to it. I tell you what, I have 15 podcasts that I'm subscribed to, and they annoy me, and I get rid of them. And sometimes they don't update, especially over the holidays. So I'll just listen to old shows.
The Patriot Defense Podcast is your favorite one by far. I'm pretty sure of it.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
The analysis can't be beat, man.
They're great guys, man. We've all got faces for radio. So we kind of hit on it a little bit. We got the Ruger 5.7 is coming out.
It's coming out.
Do we know when that's supposed to hit the store? Does anybody know?
The only thing I've heard is rumors that it should be out in January. But you got 5.7. What is it? By what?
28.
28? Okay. So they're coming against the FN 5.7, which is
Right.
I don't know what $1,400.
$1,400.
This one, the Ruger 5.7, I've already talked to people and in stores, and they said the out the door price with taxes will be $630. And it's
That's really good.
other people are saying they expect it to be down to around $500. Probably not at first, but you'll be able to get it for $500. It's 20 round mag.
Yeah, you got to let the new wear off.
I might not. I might have to have it.
Might have to have it. So it's probably gonna. The FN 5.7's pretty light little gun. It's got that weird composite plastic slide. I think the Ruger's probably going to be a little heavier, have more metal in it. Probably, I'm sure.
Just a couple ounces.
Just a couple ounces.
24 ounces. The 5.7's 21 ounces. So
really,
yeah. And I expected a lot more because it's got a full metal mag.
Yeah,
It's got the nitrate coating on metal for the slide. So I was like, it's got to be
the grip
a lot more weight.
The grip has me concerned though. The grip looks
it's huge.
like it's uncomfortable.
It's a big round.
Yeah.
It's a long round.
So
I expect Ruger to get with ammo manufacturers, and if they're putting out this gun, I expect them to tell them, look,
right,
you get more people putting it out because right now that's the biggest drawback.
Like 40 cents a round or something.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Someone told me that I think it was one of our listeners. I think it was James. I don't know if he's listening right now, but it was James. I think he said that to get a good round that was worth its salt right now in 5.7 is like $100 a box.
Man,
that's what he was saying.
Well, I'll tell you what is that American Eagle that makes them?
Yeah.
And they're coming out at 1,600 feet per second. You go to the FN round, it's 2,300 feet per second.
Holy cow.
You're getting a little bit of a discount with the American Eagle, but you're not getting, it's not a real bullet.
I think they need to make those rounds a little cheaper, and I'm going to go shoot some rock chucks with them.
Yeah,
that'd be fun, man.
While I was looking at it, there's actually a couple of manufacturers I've never heard of that are putting out 5.7 rifles and handguns.
If Ruger's coming to the table with theirs, I would imagine you're going to see more of them coming. More manufacturers coming out with them. I'd imagine, hopefully, that more ammo, more variety.
I expect to see more ammo. I
mean,
don't think Ruger would do it without talking
to.
They're going to get some ammo coming in.
So here's what I hate to say is that'd probably be the only Ruger I'd want to own besides maybe like the SP101s or in the revolver series, because the other Rugers just. I got rid of
all my Rugers.
They're just crap. They don't make. I don't like their handguns. I really don't. But I'd buy this one.
I'm gonna get it. I'll have it.
Maybe it'll be my new running gun.
You'll be able to shoot it because I'm gonna get it when it comes out. I gotta have it.
He's gonna be shaking his empty soup can for round money though.
Oh, it's gonna be awful. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Everybody
can shoot it, but it's $20 a mag.
When something costs that much,
that's outrageous. I was looking at the bulk ammo, and it's high, but I'm gonna at least get 500.
Have you shot it before? Have you shot the FN?
I have not.
I heard. Now you can. Yeah, I've heard that it's a really just a really flat shooting, like almost like zero recoil.
2,300 feet per second.
Yeah, but like zero recoil.
Yeah, there's almost nothing as far as recoil. I mean, it's less than like the VP9 even.
How does it fit your hand? Because that grip is wide.
Yeah, it's big. It's right. It's about like trying to hang on to, not as bad as a Desert Eagle, but
I'm gonna get me one, and I'm gonna appendix carry that sucker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
20 rounds.
20 rounds.
Everything I'm seeing.
Hey, that was what was used over at Fort Hood.
Yeah.
It comes with a safety.
Oh, no, not going to carry it. It's a big old freaking safety. Why did they put a safety on it?
I don't know.
Is it just a Ruger thing?
I think
most of your Rugers have safeties, except for the smaller ones. I don't do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why would they put a safety on it?
I don't know, but it's better than the FN safety. And it's a 1911 style safety. It's, I don't know. It depends. The M&P has the same safety, and it's big, but it's so easy to accidentally engage. I hope this one ain't the same way.
Do you think that they put a big safety on it because they don't consider it to be an actual like carry gun, just a gun to go shoot? I mean,
I don't know.
I know people that carried them.
I don't know.
that carries that fence?
I hadn't taken it apart, but if for a $500 gun, I'll put a pair of pliers to it if I want to. I mean, if it's easily to accidentally engage, I'll just rip the thing off. I'll get in there, tear that thing off.
a little. We could make a video.
How to modify your Ruger 5.
Don't try this at home.
Give me the Dremel.
I got a Dremel right here, battery operated. We'll just take care of that right now, man.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. You heard it here. It'll be like our YouTube views. We'll just go through the roof.
Well, it's like that M&P. If you don't like the safety, you can take it off.
And do you have like a plug for it or a pin or something?
For the M&P, you do it's like $1.50 a piece, so it's $3. I mean, you'll pay more for shipping to get it to you. But if you get the one like
jam a twig in there,
well, you can seal up that hole. But it's I don't know what Ruger's going to offer on that. I don't know.
Huh. Well, I hope you get it because I won't be able to get it anytime soon. So
I'm getting it. I was looking for. As a matter of fact, I'm glad it wasn't out already, or I would have done bought it because I was feverishly calling everybody. I was like, "Who's got it? Who's got it? Send it to me. Do you have it now? I'll drive over." And
oh man,
yeah. So I'm kind of glad nobody had it, so I can calm down a little bit now. It's been a couple of days. I can
until he hears that they got it, and he's going to be like, "He can't get to the freaking gun store fast enough."
Well, they told me, said, "Well, depending on how the demand is, the price may go up." I said, "You move it up $1, I won't buy it. I will not buy it. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. Well, I wanted that.
But if you move it up 98 cents, I'm your man."
Well, I really wanted that Challenger when it came out, and it had a nice street price. It was I was wanting that car with the 350 in it, and it got so much hype that they jacked up the price like $10,000. I told them I'll never buy that thing in my life. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't ripping me off like that. Give me the original price, I'll take it.
You're a hard sell, man.
No, I've just been ripped off a lot.
So what do you guys think about that, the Colt Python?
Yeah, Colt is releasing
Beautiful.
the Python.
Yes. Oh, my
Gorgeous.
gosh, that's beautiful.
A revolver. What? Are you talking good about a revolver?
You know, we're going to get into a revolver shooting here in a minute. In fact, I'll have Josh get up here shortly and grab some things for me.
Okay.
But anyhow, let's talk about this Colt Python. What are they doing that's new about it? Did you read it?
Yes.
Did you read it? Mm-hmm.
I'd read a story, but I don't know that I read this story.
I didn't read it.
Okay.
I saw the pictures, and that's good enough for me.
Pretty much, it's a exact copy from what I've seen.
So did they quit making the Colt Python?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're just reintroducing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which I'm wondering if they're not changing much. I mean, you get a Colt Python in good shape, that's $3,000 right now.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
people just want
3
them.
to
so
5. I mean, you can pay some money.
They
for that.
figure, I mean, it'd make better marketing sense not to change it, just bring it back out again. You're going to sell them anyway.
But you got to keep the classic, or you're going to devalue them.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You're going to devalue the hell
Maybe
out
they
of them.
put fiber optic sights on them.
No, but they did change. It's not a pin front sight. From what I've seen, it's not a lot different. It says instead of having a pin front sight, there's some kind of hex screw on it. It is cut now for speed loaders, and according to this, which I haven't seen before, the next generation trigger system. The new for 2020 Colt Python revolver.
Gave too much blood today.
Yeah, I did. I gave blood, so I'm kind of loopy. Will feature consistent trigger pulls. Man, they're making the trigger better.
Sweet.
Ow.
And both single and double action revolvers with double action trigger pulls maxing out between 7 to 9.5 pounds. Of course, the gun features a 6-round cylinder. Will be available in 2 barrel lengths, 4.5 inches and 6 inches. What is the single action?
You got to get that classic 6-inch barrel. Though. You got to get that classic, the big long one.
No, I
like the
4s.
fours.
I like 4s. I like 4s on everything. I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I bought a 44 Magnum.
I accidentally bought a gun one day.
Well, it had a 6-inch barrel on it.
Wish I had that problem.
And I shot it like 3 times and I gave it away because it was a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum 6-inch barrel. I'm like, it's just too big, man. It's just too big. Anyway.
Safe Queen.
I gave it away. I knew somebody that appreciated it.
Yeah,
I thought they appreciated it. Maybe they didn't.
I'm sure they appreciate it. I'm sure they did. I know. Yeah, you got what you wanted out of the deal too, dude.
No, I wasn't looking for nothing. I didn't get anything. I need some favors right about now too. So the suggested retail price of the new Colt Python will be $1,500, $1,499. With this one, I think the suggested retail price is going to be the street price because it's a freaking Colt.
They're going to get it.
They're going to get it.
They're going to get it. No questions asked.
Now, if this is actually an identical copy, except for a few features that are better, who in the hell is going to pay $5,000 for a Colt Python?
Collector. Someone that wants.
Someone
can be a safe
someone
thing.
that wants to complete his series of what they call them snakes or whatever. Yeah. Someone who wants to complete their series, they'll get it, and then they'll turn around and they're going to buy this one and try to make the new
They
series.
were a good investment. I had a King Cobra and had it for a few years, and the price just kept going up. I'm like, I don't really want it. I just bought it because it was a Colt and I didn't have one.
Right.
So I needed one.
I've never owned a Colt anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
Colts are very proud of their name. You pay for the name.
Oh yeah.
You do.
They're nice revolvers.
At $1,500, I'm just not going to
Keep your name.
I have a Smith 686. I'm fine with that. I may get one later, but if I'm gonna carry a big revolver,
right?
I got the old school Smith 44. I like that one. I love that thing. Man, it's got the humpity hump. You hit it, you pull, you fire that thing off. Everybody knows about it. Boom. Dean should be here for that one.
Dean, I should have talked to Dean. I didn't even get a hold of Dean today.
Yeah, it's after the holidays. He should be able to make it.
He should be done playing his
concerts,
clarinet, horn, whatever, cello. I don't know what it is. I forget what it is he plays.
Jazz flute.
It's jazz flute. The triangle. Ding.
Now that's the job you need.
He must be there, or it ain't the concert without him. I hope he doesn't listen to this.
As long as he gets equal pay, man, that's great. Bing.
That's right. Oh, well, I went out. I've done a little bit of shooting over the last couple of weeks. And
it's been nice out.
I've been, I tell you
sporadically.
I want you to take your headphones off. Try not to kill the table because we'll hear all that, and grab those targets up there. Okay. I forgot to get down. So what I've been doing is I've been taking a few of my guns to the range, and I give myself 30 rounds.
What guns?
Well, you'll see. They're marked.
Okay.
And I wanted to show people how different shot groups spread out as they go.
Yeet cannon.
Yeah. And you can hold them. I got too much crap over here. But I've been taking them to the range. And what I've been doing is 10 rounds at 15 feet into a silhouette target. Okay, center mass. Try to. So we've been going 10 rounds 15 foot, 10 rounds 30 foot, 10 rounds 50 foot. And just been sitting there, and I'm standing there. I'm not drawing. I'm not anything like that because I'm in indoor range. I'm not really supposed to draw. And I've just been shooting 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Just kind of showing people how stuff broadens up. And I haven't gone through all my firearms yet, but the ones I have kind of intrigued me a little bit. So flip that one over, and I don't know if the camera can see it or not. What do we got here? This is going to be kind of a Facebook Live heavy show. That's my G19, okay?
Okay.
And as you can see, I start off good, and they start to spread way the hell out. And that's just the way I shoot a Glock. I'm not blaming the gun. I'm blaming me. This is good. It's actually a good exercise because it shows my deficiencies.
So your first group was about an inch, except for the flyer.
And so then they started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yep, just like that. Start to spread out. You can't look at. You can see them on TV.
Okay.
Grab the next one.
So the first group was an inch, and that was at 15
feet.
Okay.
So some of these actually surprised me a lot. Which one's that?
Wow.
Flip it around. Flip it around. At the 43, the gun I love to freaking hate.
Have you seen that new mag they got out for the G43?
No, I have not.
15 rounds.
Oh, wow. But that's the gun I love to hate. I hate that little gun.
There's a 15-round mag for the G43.
Yeah, they're pretty accurate, but I hate it. And I actually started shooting it as like 15 yards, and I went out to the 30 yards. I'm like, are you kidding me? This has got to spread. This has got to open up. Obviously, when you get up to 50 feet, you look at the sight. The sight picture is totally covering that whole thing.
Right.
It's a little tougher. But I actually shot that one pretty well. Okay, next one. little show and tell on today's show.
No, can I ask, what sights do you have on your G43?
The stock sights. Everything's stock on these. Everything on every one of these guns is all stock.
I'll bring my 43 out sometime, and I have aftermarket sights.
I just don't like little.
Do you have the new Mac?
I just don't like little guns.
They're like $40 for a 15 round.
This,
mag.
my
They're all
friend.
metal.
This, my friend, is the one that surprised the heck out of me. This is a Ruger LCR.
Wow.
And the sights on those things are like non-existent. And I shot that, according to me, really well. In fact, I want to say, I think that might have been almost the best one, or pretty close, or second best. I was really surprised. That actually might be my new, it might be my new running gun, because I got rid of my 45.
The LCR. I told you, man, the LCR ain't no joke. I thought you said, first I ever looked at it, I thought it was LCP.
No.
The LCR, I got one of those. They great little guns. Have you tried the airweight?
No, but I've got the Smith & Wesson airweight.
Yeah.
So
Just thinking about
I
it
haven't shot it yet, but I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I did not expect to shoot that revolver that well at 50 feet. 50 feet's a ways out there for especially a revolver with a barrel that's that long.
Yeah, a little snub nose.
Yeah. Okay, grab the next one. People listening to the podcast are like, what the hell? I ain't seeing nothing.
Well, you gotta.
This will drive them to the face. This will drive them to the Facebook page.
Or make them hang up.
That, my friend, is my carry gun, VP9, 9mm. So that I shot real well.
Yeah.
I had a couple that got away from me, obviously, and I kind of knew that they were going to get away from me when I squeezed the trigger. You can just tell.
Were you shooting a certain number of, like 5 rounds at 15 feet, 10 rounds?
10, 10, 10.
Okay, so you did that with the LCR too?
I did it with every one of them. I'm repeating, 10, 10, 10. And if I had more targets, I'd probably go 10 at 15, new target, 10 at 30. But
You're shooting the hell out that LCR.
I really am. Okay, next.
So you're a revolver fan now.
I'm not.
Oh, man.
That's the problem. I've just learned that. I just learned that stupid trigger. M&P 9. That's a 2.0. I don't know why I was shooting that thing so freaking low. Like, I mean, if I sit there and figured it out. I mean, I tried not to.
You was depressed to have a Smith Wesson.
Probably. I just stood there. What I did, I just stood there and and just kind of shot. And I was focused on what I needed to do, but I wasn't trying to. Oh, I pulled that one. Let's fix it. I just wanted like 10 to say. I wanted all 30 shots.
Is this the progression of the gun?
As far as
I'm wondering if you put a board up. Or you had them all set up and you went through the guns, because if you didn't, by the time you got to this, you had like 500 rounds.
No. I mean,
I'm getting tired of this.
I did a couple, and then I'd take a break for a while, and then go do some more of that kind of thing.
Okay.
So next one. I still have more I got to do too. This is the biggest piece of shit I've ever had, but I actually shot it better than I thought. That's a freaking car, CW9. Are you kidding me? That is the one. This is probably the second one where every round is in the A zone, and that is a crappy little gun. You ever messed with one?
No.
Oh, they're bad.
I had a CW40.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that thing had to be brutal.
Yeah, it was not fun.
And the CW9s aren't that. They're pretty bad.
Well, their trigger pull, I mean, it's light, but it's forever.
It's like 3 miles long.
Yeah.
You're like, pull, drink a cup of coffee, pull, have some dinner, pull. Hey, oh, dang it went off. I mean, it's insane, dude. But and actually, I was impressed because that gun right there, I haven't shot that gun in no one shot that gun in probably 4 years. So I was pretty happy with that.
So what did you learn from this? What is your overall take?
I'm not done yet, but I thought I was going to have a different. I wanted to show people that small guns,
right,
the further back you get, are harder to shoot, which they are. But I was hoping that my spreads would show that a little bit better.
Okay,
I'm really surprised with the revolver.
So the scientific truth kind of deflates your hypothesis.
It did. Now, and I'm not saying I'm no champion shooter by any means.
Okay,
I do shoot quite a bit. I mean, and I can shoot okay.
I'm curious to see what you do at the 5.7.
What I want. Yeah, so am I. What I want to do is I need to get someone I want to get someone who's pretty new to shooting out there. Maybe who shot, not very much, and just get them out there and hand them these things. Because I guess the test needs to revolve around someone who's new, that's going to go to the gun store, buy a gun thinking that smaller is better. Or, does that make sense? Or someone that has a gun that doesn't shoot very much. Because I was kind of going back to the whole church shooting.
Okay.
That guy used a full-size gun, okay? 357 SIG, it was like 229.
Yeah.
SIG, P229. And he made that shot. I don't know exact distance. I think it was like in between 30 and 50 feet.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah.
It was a nice shot. And I just wanted people to reconsider what they carry. And there's nothing wrong. If you want to carry a small gun, that's fine, but you need to know the limitations of it. And I think the typical average person, because I've seen people stand even a little closer than 15 feet with a small gun and have trouble hitting a piece of paper. Okay, so the average person is going to have trouble making that shot. Most of your small guns are up close and personal. And I just wanted people to know that. Or if you carry even like a mid-sized gun, so small would be like your DB9 or your LCP,
that's tiny.
okay? And then you get to your bigger guns like your shields, stuff like that.
I should bring the DB9 out and let you go 50 yards with that, 50 feet with that.
I'd do it. But you start going.
Good try.
Yeah, I will. You start going with the shield, and that's a little bit bigger gun. So something like that, I would see that you could use that could make a 50-yard successful 50-foot shot, but it's going to take practice, just like a big gun, but almost more so with a little gun, because you're off just a hair on this end with a little gun. You're off by 10 inches down there.
Yeah. That was a nice shot. It was a headshot.
It was. So that's what I was trying to prove, and it just didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. But you know what? I still got a handful more guns to go through, and it's just kind of, I don't know. I liked it. I like doing it and kind of just seeing where I'm at. And this spring I may do it, but I may start doing it from the draw. You know what I'm saying? Or the draw and like a double tap, and just kind of see where I am, because that's really going to start showing it right there. You don't have time to sit there and take aim, and you're just drawing and firing. That's going to show a lot right there.
Well, I'm curious about that LCR, because everything you got there is 9mm, and you had 38s. Did you have plus Ps or anything?
No, just regular 38s.
Okay.
So I don't. It's all in the 9mm family, though. I mean, 38s are pretty close.
Well, good thing about that though is for defensive, if for carry, you can up to 357 and
Right.
do some damage, man.
But I was surprised by the LCR. I really was. Now I want to shoot that Smith Airweight 38 I got and see what happens.
Curious about that, just for running, because it's lighter.
A little lighter, yeah.
But yeah,
So did I talk about the drill I did last time with the paper and the row of dots?
yeah.
Okay, I already talked about that. I won't worry about it, but just encourage everyone to go and shoot.
You can rehash it. I mean, it's something you posted to Facebook, right?
I posted it on Facebook as well. So what it is I've got a target the size of a piece of paper, and you can print them off. I should post a link up on Facebook so you can get them, print them off the internet for free.
Right.
And it's got 5 dots on it. It's like 5 rows of 5 dots. They're about 2 inch circles. You saw them, right?
Yeah.
They're about 2 inch
Golf ball
circles.
size.
Yeah. And what it is you get I think I was right at around probably about 7 yards or something like that. And you get back and you concentrate on the first row. You concentrate on the grip on the grip of the pistol, having the grip right, and obviously you're using the sights and everything too. But concentrate on the grip and how you're forcing the gun out, how you're holding it. And it's 3 rounds in each circle, and you want to keep them in the circle.
And each circle you're focusing on something different.
Well, each row.
Okay.
So you got 5. You essentially have you got a row of 5 circles, 3 shots in each circle. And then you get to the next row and you're focusing on like the front sight. Everything kind of blurry, focus, front sight clear. Squeeze the trigger 3 times down that row. Third row, you're focusing on everything's kind of blurry. You can kind of see the front sight, but you want a clear dot, so a clear sight picture.
Right.
And then you're shooting 3 dot. And then on the next one, what you're doing is you're working on the trigger press. So it's like 90-10 break or 90-10 bang. So 90-10 bang. 90. So pretty much pull it to the wall and then squeeze through it. 90-10 bang. Nice. Not yanking it. And you want to do this fast as what you say. 90-10 bang. 90-10 bang. And start timing it. Does that make sense?
Right.
And you get to know that trigger. And the last row I can never really do because you have to draw, and I'm not allowed to do that. It's draw and 1 shot in each circle. But it's a great drill to separate the fundamentals, to make you kind of refocus on the fundamentals. I mean, it really is. It slows you down. and I thought it was great. I thought I shot him okay. I pulled a few, but that's why we go to the range.
This guy at the church, I'm sure what he was carrying is what he's practiced with quite a bit, because each trigger is different. But once you adjust to it, you got to get the feel for it. And man, he took that headshot from across the room.
Oh yeah,
it was
So there's a lot of things that we can learn from, and I know I did kind of a church episode after this happened, but it wasn't really about exactly what happened,
right?
And I didn't play it all out. Now I did write out.
Now this is the church shooting in
White Settlement, Texas, at the West Freeway Church of God or God's Church or something like that.
Okay.
And that happened last weekend. You can go and see the articles on the Patriot Defense Facebook page. But there was they were live streaming their service to YouTube.
Right.
So it's kind of sounds harsh to say this, but it's a really good opportunity to look at what happened.
Right.
Okay, it gives us a really inside view.
Well, you hear about it's in your face. I mean, we hate that anybody died that, except the bad guy. We don't really feel bad about him. It's a sad thing. It's sad to watch this guy lose his life.
Right.
But for all the times that there's hundreds of times, thousands of times that guns save lives, and we say that, and the left is always, where? All right, it's in your face now. There it is.
Yeah.
It just saved, who knows?
I mean, it's a great boon for concealed carry, and we should be able to protect ourselves.
Yeah, that church was ready to shoot them somebody.
They were, but and everything worked out like it should.
6 guns come out.
Yep. Everything worked out like it should. 2 people died. 2 security members or members of the church did die, and we'll touch on that in a few minutes. But they saved like 240 plus members from getting slaughtered
with a shotgun.
So great time. I mean, great. It worked out. It worked out great, and they did what they were supposed to do. But from every situation that happens, everything that goes down, we can learn something.
Right.
And I'm not trying to pick this church apart because they had a security team in place, but there's things that we can learn and improve on. And we have to look at this video as an opportunity to talk about it and do so. So I already mentioned, I guess I'll start over and we'll just talk about exactly what happened. There was a gentleman who had been showing up to the church, and they've been helping him out. They've been feeding him, giving him, meals.
Helping this fool.
Helping this guy, okay? He was struggling. He was having some bad times, I guess.
Had money for a shotgun, though.
Exactly. And he, I think a week earlier or something like that, he started asking them for money. And they said, no, we're not going to give you money. We'll keep helping you out. We'll give you food, that kind of thing. And it upset him, I guess. Well, that day, and I guess I'm reading into some of this because I don't know for sure, but that day, because the video only shows him already being in the sanctuary.
Right.
But he showed up to church, and they said they all knew who he was because they dealt with him before, and they said the alarm bells started going off because he showed up. He was wearing a long black trench coat. He had a wig on and a fake beard on.
And it's still warm in Texas.
Yep, and I think he had a hood up over his head.
Yeah.
And they could only see his left hand, I think, or one of his arms, whichever one. I think it was his left one. He kept the other one under his coat, and they knew that there was something not right there. So they said they put the cameras on him, and they were just focused on watching this guy because they thought something is off here. Okay. Why did you let him stay in your church if you thought something was off? If you didn't want to get him out because you were afraid he'd turn around and slaughter everyone, I understand that. But why didn't you make a phone call? Why didn't you make a phone call to law enforcement saying, something's not right, you need to come, we're going to, you know what I'm saying? So they could be on their way. So, and I don't know how far into the service it was, but he gets up, he goes over and talks to one of the security guys who was sitting down. And, got right up next to the guy. You could see him in the video. And I never have heard what was said or anything like that, but he got right up there next to the guy, bent down, and then he backed away, and I think that guy in the chair saw something, and another security guy saw something as well, and one of the guys stood up, and he went to draw his firearm, and he went to draw from, and we'll get there in a minute, he went to draw from the small of the back, and I don't know if he got it tangled up with his shirt, or he was just kind of slow at it, or what it was.
He was very slow. I don't know if he didn't practice or if he wasn't sure what was taking place. He kind of had a surreal moment.
Thank God he was trying to do something.
Yeah, I ain't taking that from the guy.
Yeah.
Got to put his life on the line to stand in the gap, and hey,
and
he lost it.
Anyhow, he caught the first round and went down. Yeah. And the guy that this shooter went and talked to, he was struggling with his too, I think, and he turned around and got nailed too. And then old Jack came from the back, drew his firearm, one shot, the guy went down, and then immediately you see all these people, some were screaming and ducking to the ground. The other members of the congregation come running up with their guns drawn to where this guy was at. I mean, it went down pretty well, but there's lessons we can learn. First of all, I don't think he should have made it in the church, or red flags, call law enforcement. Not that you have to wait for them, but at least they could be a little bit closer. Okay. Second is you need to not carry small in the back. Yeah. That's like in an old TV, private investigator carry. That's kind of what that is. In my mind, that's what that is. You need to practice. You need to practice your draw so it's smoother. You guys can interject too.
Yeah. Well, it's if you want to carry small in the back, that's fine. Carry somewhere else too.
Right.
A lot of times in church, I carry on my ankle, but I may have something I generally have something in my pocket as well.
Right.
If you're sitting down, when you say that, people look at you like you're crazy. You put it on your ankle. Actually, it's good. You're sitting right
if you're
there.
Sitting
you
down,
grab
it's
it.
quick to get.
You come up with it, and you're not. This guy had a lot of time to reach the small of his back, and it's not good. So if that's the place you feel like you want to carry somewhere else too, and practice with it, because he was so slow pulling it out.
Here's
I was like, oh. Man, and it really bothered me to watch it, because
it kind of just, you're sad for the guy.
I was like, oh man,
that hurts. It hurts just watching it.
See, and I always carry 330 in the waistband.
One of the that's a fine place too. Another good place to carry. It's really easy to draw from seated. Sorry, but it's appendix.
I have a slight problem with appendix. I have a little overhang here.
But here's what I want to point out too, and I don't know. Jack, the guy that took down the shooter, he was an instructor. He was a firearms enthusiast.
Right.
He had his own school. He was a reserve sheriff's deputy and all kinds of stuff. So he had some experience, and he had worked on training. I'm assuming from what I've read, the security team.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what he started with, so maybe he had come a long ways with them. I have no idea. And I'm not saying they all wanted to engage and they did their thing, but I'm going to throw this out there. Now, not being a part of a church that has a security team and wants to protect its members, my church just wants you to die while you're at church, if something like this were to happen. But
wait till after the donations.
Exactly.
Save the elders.
Here's my suggestion, and what do I know? Maybe I don't know anything. You guys tell me if this makes sense or not. Okay. I think if you're going to have a security team at church, everyone should be able to carry a church that wants to carry.
Yeah.
You have your chosen few that maybe want to go a little extra, watch the doors, and be more responsible and be on the security team. That's fine. Get that group together. You go out and you shoot together. You train together. I think that those people need to be able to qualify. I think that they need to possibly qualify on a timed qualification. I think you need to look at the guns everyone carries, and I don't think that everyone needs to carry Glocks or HKs or SIGs, but they all need to possibly be a full-size gun, one that can do double duty up close and further back. I think you need to look at the holsters everyone carries and uses on that security team while they're in church. You're in church, you're a security team. I'm not saying you need to open carry, but in my mind, there is no reason, if you're going to be in church and you're wearing a suit coat, there's no reason why you're not open carrying.
Yeah.
You should be open carrying, because that's going to be the quickest. On your hip, 3 o'clock, grab it and go. There should be some standards. Is that too much to ask?
No, I agree.
We want to be careful, because
I'm not
it's
judging.
easy to Monday morning quarterback. These guys did it. And if you're in the situation, you don't know what's going through your head at the time. You didn't have a good night's sleep. You never know.
No.
Things can go ugly. But just to look at this situation and critique it, I think, is important. But I just want to say, we're not taking anything away from anybody.
And here's the thing:
these guys did it.
Yeah,
they were in it.
I've had to draw my gun before. I've never actually had to aim it at someone, point it at someone. I've never had someone staring me down with a shotgun while I did it. No. So I don't know. Maybe they froze up. We don't know how we're going to react until that time comes.
Don't.
You've got law enforcement officers that will go for years, and then the first confrontation they have, when it's over, they're like, done, I'm done.
Well, you got people that'll be in confrontations, be in several, in shootouts, and then on the next time they freeze up, and it's like you just don't know where your head's at that day.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to say is, even if you're not on a security team and your church has a security team, go and introduce yourself and say, I carry. And I'm going to carry.
Yeah.
Don't shoot me.
Yeah, exactly.
When it goes down. Let's have a barbecue together. Get to know me. Because,
Right.
I'm going to have it. But
And then, like I said, this isn't to tear them apart. I think they did great. This is a learn.
Come on, man.
This is a learning situation. You did great. You did great. There's always room for improvement. Just like me going to the range and shooting, I think I actually shot pretty freaking well. But there's always room for improvement. I'm not one to post up something and go, this is it. I'm the king. I'm the whatever. I've always got room for improvement. And that's why I post those pictures.
I got one question. I mean, if the guy was a red flag coming in the door, there's just Monday morning quarterbacking it here. Why wasn't the security team saying, look, y'all get your hands on your firearm, all right?
Right.
Get your hands on your firearm already. Don't worry about offending somebody.
Right.
Go ahead and start focusing on that. Have a couple of the guys say, get your hands on your guns. Watch me. I'm going to go talk to this guy. Go up and talk to him. Say, hey, let's go talk in the back for a second. I got to talk to you about, if you already knew him we took up the collection or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Get him away from everybody. Get him out of there and address him where there's 3-on-1. And and you already are ready, because it's like nobody. I mean, the guy pulled out his shotgun, killed a guy. And he took a couple seconds to do it. He waited for the guy he was reaching for his firearm before he shot him. Then he turned to the other one, shot him, and then everybody's coming out. Go ahead and try to cut that off.
Why don't you take the guy out
outside?
And say, they'd say, hey, you remember that money you asked for? Well, I think we can do something for you today.
Or anything.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying? Something. Get him out.
Go up and say, brother, look, we want to bless you, man. You new to the congregation. Whatever. Get him out of the sanctuary. Get him somewhere else and have your team ready. Not just say, keep your eyes on him. Have your hands on your gun. Mm-hmm. If your gun ain't in a good position, put it in a good position.
Right.
Get ready to quickly move, and somebody go remove him from the area. So, but once again, that's quarterbacking, but I was wondering why they didn't do that. If he was such a red flag that as soon as he walked in the door, everybody was all eyes on him, go talk to him, get him out of there.
Well, let me throw.
And if he moves, have your other guys already ready to shoot. And
yeah.
I was going to say, did they have someone in position, possibly the foyer, that could have alerted them ahead of time?
I have no idea. And
as many people had guns, you got to think somebody was.
Well, and here's, I guess I just assumed that door that he was by, Okay. I guess I didn't think that even, I don't know for sure. I guess I just assumed that opened to the outside. I mean, I don't know, but here's my thoughts. So you have a security team. You obviously have a better, one or two, possibly 3 or 4 better shooters. You're always going to have in a group of guys. You're going to have some better shooters, some better. You guys are a little bit better tactics. Maybe you guys are a little more physically able to be quicker. Who knows? Why didn't you, if you knew that he was a threat, why didn't those guys go up there closer to him? Mm-hmm. Granted, Jack made that 30 to 50 foot shot.
Nice shot.
Mean, maybe you wanted the sniper in the back of the,
but he even said
congregation.
He drew down on him, and somebody was in the way. He didn't have a clear shot, and he had to wait. And as soon as he got a clear shot, actually he turned like he was going towards the front, and that's when he popped him in the head.
And I want to throw this out there too, because it's kind of a people. Oh my gosh, you took a headshot, and I've heard this. I've seen this roaming around a little bit since this. Oh, they always tell us not to shoot in the head. Why do you shoot him in the head? Well,
that's
you know what?
It was open.
So that's what I want to point out is you need to shoot center mass, but you want to shoot center mass of the target that you have.
Yeah. Center of available mass.
Center of available mass, and that.
Yes.
So if you're behind a vehicle and all you can see is his ankles, shoot him in the ankle.
yeah, exactly. Cut him down.
Hit what you can.
Yes.
Cut him. You'll anchor him quick if you pop him in the ankle.
Yeah, then you're gonna be face to face to get ready to load him up.
Royal Rumble, man.
Dump that mag.
Royal Rumble. So I do want to say one more thing, and then we can move on from here. I am, if you are a member of a security team of your church, I feel bad that those 2 people died, but you gotta understand though, you're a member of the security team. They did what they needed to do. Yeah. They jumped up, they tried to draw their guns. They They made themselves targets. They
protected everybody in the congregation.
They drew the attention from the congregation, off the congregation, to them. And that's exactly what your security team should do. You guys reading that while I talk? No, you can read it because I'm okay. Anyhow, so they saved that congregation, getting shot and pulling their gun, whatever. They drew the attention away.
You did the job. You put your life on the line. Unfortunately, two people died, and that's a shame. But can't take nothing from you. You protected everybody there. Mm-hmm. The security team handled it. Monday morning quarterbacking, but it's things they should be thinking about too.
Yeah,
right.
It's not only that, you get a security team and a church and stuff. How many services they had there? 1,000, 10,000, nothing ever happened. It's easy to expect nothing to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
It does.
I might not be a good security guy because whenever I go to church, I just falling asleep in the corner. Todd, wake up. There's something going down. What's going on?
Use them as cover.
There you go. So I think we've covered the church shooting enough. I think that's good.
I think so.
Any other
comments?
Any other comments, points, anything?
Don't be afraid.
This is like the 5th or 6th time I've hashed this thing out this week. So
I guess for me, I'd just say don't be afraid to get up, introduce yourself, make sure. I mean, we had, a few years ago at the church we attend, we had a guy show up, and he was ex-husband of one of the members, and he showed up and he was carrying a big old heavy backpack. And people were kind of looking at him, and he sat down, and I just went over and sat down next to him and introduced myself and talked to him and so on. And
what was it? What did he have in there? You can't leave us hanging like that, Josh.
I honestly don't know.
What was it? Was it ticking?
No. It probably just books or something. He was kind of an idiot. I mean, He
was educating himself.
Yeah.
Well, don't be afraid to look at people. Don't be afraid.
Look them in the eye.
Yeah, don't get this. A lot of people get so non-confrontational that they don't want to draw attention.
Right.
And it's like, not only that, if you see in something that has red flags, you should have escalating readiness. Yeah. You should have different readiness. Everybody was stuck on ready one until the shotgun came out. Then somebody reached for the firearm. You should already have people moving in the position. You should already have hands-on firearms. Yeah. If you have to, put one in your coat pocket and have your hand on the firearm. Something.
No,
start. Don't stay at ready one.
Yeah.
You should have ready 1, 2, 3. Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they went from 1 to kill.
Well, in our society, people are so afraid to offend somebody. I think that's part of the reason why they don't want to confront them.
Yeah. And they were trying to help this guy, so it's a funny spot.
Glenita, he said what she thinks is weird is he looked to be in front of the congregation, yet no one seemed distracted by him. So he was in front of the congregation, kind of. But when he pulled the shotgun, he got all their attention. But before then, who knows? Maybe this guy, they said that they had dealt with him before. Maybe he didn't know he'd show up in a wig and a fake beard. But maybe he gets up and wanders around a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were used to it. I have no idea. I was not there. But
I tell you what, but don't walk in that church now.
No,
I guarantee you things have changed.
Oh yeah,
and they had taking nothing from them. They did the job. They took out the threat. They saved everybody there. God bless you. It was sad that the 2 people died, and the one guy's daughter's there in the church watching her dad die.
Yeah.
What can you say? It's a mess. But.
And those should be the 2 guys. I mean, granted, the guy that took him out, we're going to interview and talk to him. And you don't want to hound the families who's had family members that passed away, but those are the ones we need to be really praising too. I mean, they passed away. They put their lives on the line for this.
You can't be more committed. You can't do more. I mean, of course, there's things we'd like to change now, but when you're in it, things happen the way they happen. And once it's done, it's over. Then it's too late. So anyway. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to run Facebook Live and do the show, so I'm no good when I'm the guy that has to do the buttons as well. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Cancel that one.
Yeah, you gotta stop
I
talking
better
like
quit
that.
doing the freaking buttons. Okay, so let's talk about some stuff. And we never did mention this before. New Year's, and we usually do every year. We mention this.
Okay.
But what's the tradition? You said you grew up with it.
What? Not me.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people. Their tradition, the New Year's, is to go out and what at midnight,
Fire gun in there.
fire a gun in the air. Right? We always warn against that.
Yep.
We always warn against that, and there is a reason why. And I've got this news clip here, which we will play.
Our top story at 6, Harris County investigators believe there is a link between the dangerous New Year's Eve practice of shooting a gun into the air and the death of a woman outside of a home. 61-year-old Philippa Ashford was with her family shortly after midnight when she grabbed her body and said, "I think I've been shot." Then she crumbled to the ground. Ashford was hit in the neck. She died at the scene. She was a nurse manager at a drug addiction treatment center in Houston. Deputies checked out every home in the Laurel Oaks neighborhood in northern Harris County, looking for shell casings and any witnesses that may have seen someone fire a gun into the air. But so far, they've come up empty-handed.
Firecrackers are dangerous as it is, but that should be enough. With just the firecrackers, you got to worry about that, the explosives of that. But you shouldn't have to worry about, stray bullets coming down and hitting you. But it happens all the time.
Investigators tonight are asking for surveillance camera footage from homeowners in the neighborhood where Ashford was killed, hoping it might provide some clues.
So there you go. Do not fire a gun in the air to celebrate for New Year's. That bullet has to come down.
Yep.
And I don't know the old math equation behind it or how fast it's coming, but guess what?
Enough to kill.
It comes down at what they call terminal velocity.
Yeah.
It comes down and it can kill you.
That's sad. What's the odds? But how many rounds were fired off? I mean, this is Houston.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know, but just be careful what you do, folks. Yeah. I mean, I heard a ton of gunshots around here, and I just pray they were shooting into the ground or shooting into a target or something. But they started that night way before midnight, just bang, 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 just numerous. So,
well, you never know where it's going to land. Those things are moving, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whew. No, and ain't no telling what they're shooting.
And there's no telling where they're going to come down at.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't just. I mean, I would imagine they arc a little bit.
Yeah.
So. Okay, another story out of Oregon. It's about a woman that was taking a selfie. Have you ever taken a selfie, Tarver?
Never in my life.
Oh, we're gonna take a groupie.
Should I right now?
We're gonna take a groupie before you leave today.
Life, I didn't take a picture for 15, 20
yeah,
years.
we're taking a selfie. So here you go. Here is what happened over in Oregon.
Mere minutes into 2020,
Dispatch to a shooting call.
a call for help from this Bethany area condo complex near Northwest Kaiser and Springville Roads. The initial details summed up by a police dispatcher.
A bullet just went through the RP's bedroom wall. It seemed to come from the neighboring condo.
The investigators say that's exactly right. They sent us an evidence photo showing a gun and bullets, one of which went through a wall into a neighboring condo. But then zoom out, and you see another layer to this story. On the right, a cell phone with a bullet hole, meaning they say the shot went through the phone too. Deputies also sent us a mugshot. They point out they're still investigating, but they say around midnight, New Year's Eve, 35-year-old Rosemarie Ancharsky somehow pulled the trigger while holding the phone in a, quote, selfie-like pose. No one was hurt.
That's the cell phone there on the right.
Wow.
A lot of neighbors told us they heard what they thought were fireworks last night. None knew of gunshots, let alone the photo or the possible backstory.
Not quite sure what to even think about that. It's not nothing I would shoot up for sure.
Very scary.
Nothing like that happened at your New Year's party, I'm assuming.
No, not that I know of. No, it did not.
After seeing the police response last night, this woman was desperate for more details.
It is extremely scary. I mean, when you come back here and you see 6 sheriff cars over here on your right on your lane, it is scary.
Scarier still for the person in that neighboring condo. So I just talked to the man who lives in the unit next door. So basically, he's the guy who last night had a bullet fly in through his bedroom wall. He wasn't in the room at the time, and he says also, thankfully, the bullet was high enough that even if he was standing, it would have gone over his head. He's pretty freaked out by this, understandably, and he doesn't want to go on camera. That neighbor added it didn't seem like there was any kind of party going on next door.
All right, so right now authorities aren't specifically saying whether they believe this was an accident or not. They're still investigating. And for now, Ancharsky is charged with unlawful use of a weapon and recklessly endangering. She's still in jail, being held on $1,000 bail. Dan?
There you go. So how did that work? So you guys didn't see the actual video, you just heard the audio, but that was a perfect bullet hole through the bottom, like left-hand corner of that phone. Do you think she's taking a selfie with herself and the gun was in the middle? I mean, what was going on? What do you think? It was weird.
Sideways selfie.
You don't know because you've never taken a selfie.
I don't know. I tell you what, there's this whole thing with looking through a computer, looking through a viewfinder, and you hear combat reporters doing that. They're having video footage, and they get disconnected from reality because they're seeing it on the screen, and it's like it's a movie instead of reality, and they run out there. It's like all these fools hanging off buildings taking selfies, and they're getting into this weird seeing it on camera like it's not real, and they all die. It's like, hi, Mom. Yeah, they'll hang off mountains and buildings. I'm like, nah, bruh. Nah, nobody wants to see my face.
I guess what it boils down to is that guns are not toys, people.
No. Yep.
If you want to take a nice picture of your firearm, you set it on the counter and you take a picture of it. Don't be holding it up near your phone, near your head, near the wall that separates you and your neighbor.
And somehow it went off.
Yeah,
you got your finger on the trigger, girl.
Say, take your finger off.
With a loaded firearm. What's wrong with you?
Maybe she was taking a gangster photo or something.
I don't know. Where was that at?
Oregon.
I
wonder if she was doing the duck face.
Who knows?
Wow. And she told that story, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I was cleaning it and it went off.
Yeah.
No, I was taking a selfie and acting a fool with my firearm.
I had to show people I picked up the new yeet cannon.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't want to sound stupid or anything.
Yeah. Actually, that yeet cannon, that trigger's so bad on that yeet cannon, it wouldn't have gone off like that. You could hang another yeet cannon off there and it ain't going off.
Well, hate to say it, you don't have your firearm no more to take pictures with because they took it.
Oh yeah. So okay, I don't want
$1,000 bond.
$1,000.
Come on, man! You're not holding me for $1,000, man. I'm getting out of there.
You could buy like 5 yeet cannons with that. Okay, so here we go. We've got this is another church. Okay, this came out shortly after this last church shooting. Anti-gun priest suggests that he'd rather let his parishioners die than allow guns in church. He'd rather let them die.
I'd rather not go to your church.
I think that's probably what's going to happen. He talks about, let's see, guns in. It says guns in every church. Jesus must be so proud of modern day America. Zipple is his name. What kind of name is Zipple?
Rhymes with.
Yeah. Zipple said on Tuesday in a tongue-in-cheek reply to an NRA tweet praising the good guy with a gun who had stopped the white settlement shooter. Go figure. Zipple in the past has criticized President Donald Trump.
Okay.
Let's see.
And where's this church at?
It is in... Does it say? I don't know, man. I'm supposed to read this article before we go on.
I just print them. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not going to your church, man. Yeah. What kind of commie are you?
In Belize City.
As in Belize in South America?
It says Belize City. The church pays an associate pastor at St. Martin de Porres Catholic Church in Belize City.
Okay. Yeah, there's no crime down in Belize.
Anyhow, let's just do this because I can talk all about churches that don't allow firearms and without reading that stupid article.
I don't know. Didn't this pastor see where Jesus told his people to sell their cloak and go buy a sword?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a different Jesus. That's like all these people. I love it when the left starts trying to be religious and Jesus is peaceful. And I'm like, wait till he comes back. He ain't gonna be. You don't want to see that, man. You don't want to be. We don't want him to be angry with you.
I tell you right now that you got to really think about the church you go to. I mean, you got to think about the church you go to and what they're saying. If they come out and say you can't carry a firearm in this building, what are they really saying?
I told you what one pastor said, man. I was sitting in the church after a shooting, and he said, well, we ready to go. I'm ready to go. So if they want to come shoot me, they can come shoot me. I'm like, man, you just think about yourself, huh? And then he told me, well, we lock the doors once you get in here anyway. I'm like, brother, I don't too much like that either. What if I'm trying to get out?
Exactly.
You know, I'm like, well, that's the last time I went there. See you later.
Yeah. So my thoughts are, decide what you want to do. I mean, if I decide to, head back to church again someday, I will take my firearm with me, and they can kick me out. But until then, it's just completely asinine to say no guns allowed in this church. It's a freaking killing field. Gun-free zones are killing field. That's it, plain and simple. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Making yourself a target.
You are, and so am I. The more I talk, so.
Well, it's insane. I can't believe that people have such little care for the people they're supposed to care about. It's like, if you got some fool in there that's always, pulling his gun out every time a car backfires, you need to go have a talk and look, man, you can't come back in here with no firearm. You got to go. You on your own, son. But to tell people they shouldn't be armed and be able to defend themselves, that's insane. That's insane. Oh, and you're not going to tell me that. I don't care.
Well, and then, in the case of mine, they say that the only one allowed to carry a firearm there is if, you're a law enforcement officer and you're on duty. And you're swinging by the church for an hour. Those are the only ones allowed to freaking have a fire.
They're allowed to be on duty and go sit in the church service for an hour?
They can show up for a little bit. I don't know what they can and can't do. They can get away with whatever they get away with whatever they want. So what kills me though is the fact that I know my church. That's why I'm talking about my church. But in the past they've had shootings in our ward buildings, not locally, but in Nevada. People showed up. They showed up. They sat down for the meeting, shot the guy next to him, and got up and walked out. And no one did a damn thing.
Maybe nobody liked it.
Well, but
I'm glad you shot that son of a bitch.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not like they don't have a history. Yeah. They came over here, they were persecuted. They hold up the freaking Constitution, but yet you're going to tell me when and where I can't practice said Constitution that we protect? Yeah. Anyhow, I did a 20-minute show on this last week. So we got us more. This is our new segment.
Okay. What is that?
Virginia.
We always got to update Virginia until
I need to get my new sound.
So what's happening in Virginia now?
Oh man, they what isn't happening in Virginia? I tell you what, I've got a clip here that we'll play from, and I meant to have it when we did our Virginia special. By the way, that thing's got a lot of freaking miles.
Yeah. A lot of people are looking for information on Virginia right now.
They are. So it's really funny because on our YouTube page, we go 3 downloads, 4 downloads, 5 downloads, 6 downloads, 2 downloads, 1 download, 179 downloads. So pretty crazy. But anyhow, we've got the National Guard. They talked about the National Guard, using the National Guard to come in and help, take away the guns.
Right.
Okay. And I couldn't find it last time we did the show, but I found this response, and this gentleman's reading it, but it's the Twitter response from the National Guard.
Okay.
So let me play that here.
Now, the Virginia Adjutant General has come out and addressed the whispers going on about the governor utilizing them to enforce this edict. And I'm going to read it to you. I'll put it up on screen too as well. This is direct from their Twitter feed. And this came out last week. And you can see from the Adjutant General of Virginia, quote, "We have received multiple questions regarding proposed legislation for the 2020 General Assembly session and the authority of the Governor of Virginia to employ the Virginia National Guard in a law enforcement role. We understand and respect the passion people feel for the U.S. Constitution and Second Amendment rights. We will not speculate about the possible use of the Virginia National Guard. I encourage everyone to be patient while we allow our elected officials to work through the legislative process. We have not received any requests from the governor or anyone on his staff about serving in a law enforcement role related to any proposed legislation. I expect our soldiers, airmen, and members of the Virginia Defense Force to be professional and respectful in their discussions about this subject. As private citizens, our personnel are free to express their opinions to their elected officials, but they should not engage in any political activity while in a uniformed status. We will provide regular updates when appropriate during the General Assembly session. Please utilize your chain of command to direct any questions or concerns to my office, and we will do our best to address them. End quote. Major General Timothy P. Williams, the Adjutant General of Virginia. So there you have it. The general is not saying no. He's not saying yes either. Got to play both sides of the fence. But he isn't coming out saying no, we're not going to do this. Now, a person in his position usually can't comment on any hypothetical uses of his troops. Obviously, what I would have liked him to say, and many patriots would have liked him to say, is no, we ain't doing it. It's unconstitutional. And I've gotten I've been talking to a lot of people about this lately, here, there, and everywhere. And a lot of people seem to think that, the National Guard can't take over law enforcement. They can't take over that role. Actually, they can. If martial law is declared, the National Guard can take on the law enforcement role under the direction of the governor. Now, I have talked to some friends I have that are on the ground in Virginia. They live there. They are very active in their community. They were very key on getting Second Amendment sanctuaries passed. And while we don't have specifics yet, they are operating under the belief, because they have heard it, that the state and local police will be there in riot gear on the 20th. And they believe that the National Guard will as well, and they are going to be operating as such. So, if you are heading down, please be aware of what you might be walking into when you get there. There's also whispers of parking areas being blocked off. Why they would do that, I don't know, but this is going to be a huge, huge event.
So there you go, and that clip was actually, I need to give credit where credit is due because I steal a lot of crap off freaking the internet. That was by Guns and Gadgets. He's taking the time to put some stuff together. So
that dude's a good source. He
is, and he's very clear and very well spoken, and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
He doesn't use the stupid computer voices.
I hate those things.
Yeah, I hate those things.
God, I hate those things.
So there you go. The National Guard, obviously they couldn't say yay or nay, and so they just kind of came out and said what they said, and they're probably just going to do what they're told, to be honest with you.
But he can't say anything right now, but my question is the governor and the attorney general above the law? Do no laws apply to them whatsoever? Can one county convene a grand jury and issue arrest warrants for these people? Go arrest them. Go arrest them.
They're probably making a law.
Walk up there and say, put your hands behind your back, governor. Put your
hands
hands behind your back, attorney general.
They're probably making a law against it right now.
Yeah, probably.
Are you resisting? Are you resisting? Don't resist.
I mean, they're doing everything. I mean, he's adjusting the budget right there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what's the title of that say? You want me to look at it, or do you want to look at it?
Oh, let's see.
Don't matter to me. You don't have to read it. Just sketch it out.
Virginia governor requests 18-officer team to enforce gun ban.
How much money is he requesting for that?
He is
18 officers.
Asking for $4.8 million for an 18-officer team to enforce his proposed plan to confiscate commonly owned firearms categorized by lawmakers as assault weapons.
I love that. Now it went from there's no such thing as an assault rifle.
I know.
It's a Nazi term because they started making crappy guns to make them scary. They call them assault rifles. And so now the left has picked up the Nazi term assault rifle. Now it's assault weapon. All weapon.
What's scary though is they're putting a lot of thought and they're putting a lot of planning into this. The dude's now asking for money to put together this team, and he's put other bills out there that he's trying to get passed that probably will pass. To punish those sheriffs and those people in those state-ran positions if they don't do what they're told.
I'm saying, why don't they take the governor and attorney general, put them in handcuffs, throw them in a jail cell,
right?
No bond. Come on, man. Somebody's got to do something.
Yeah.
Are y'all just going to sit there? That's just a problem. It takes some courage to stand up against the whole system. It's a whole lot easier. It shows a lot of cowardice or a lot of how rotten the whole system is when nobody in it will stand up. And God bless these sheriffs that are trying to do something, but we need a couple of judges to back them up too. Yeah. Somebody's got to have a little courage and actually fight back within the system, or people going to start fighting back out of the system.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens on
18-man team. That's a lot of money. I mean, what kind of equipment are they?
That kind of money. They're bringing in some blue hats. Maybe they don't.
There's rumors of that.
Yeah, there is. But I mean, so on January,
people gonna be happy to kill them.
January 20th. Let's see what happens. And supposedly, one of the legislators or whatever has come out and said, I listened to it in some YouTube video, has come out and said that as soon as it starts, the first thing they're doing is they're going to make that entire area a gun-free zone. They're going to try to make laws against that. So when they have this, that supposedly they can't have any firearms. I mean, they're getting ready to set up like blockades and riot gear and everything for this big deal on the 20th. Let's see what happens on the 20th, man. I'm kind of waiting to see.
They are wanting to kick something off.
They are.
What bothers me really badly is that everybody, layperson, everyone looks up to, they're our leaders. They're not our leaders. They're our employees.
Right.
We just simply voted them into that position.
And we were morons for doing it.
Well, yeah.
We were morons for not showing up to the voting booth.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
This is long overdue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's pretty much all the updates I've got on this so far.
Yeah, it's still quiet. Everybody right now is just saying, wait till the 20th, because we're going to find out what's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be firearms in the crowd. Are you going to go in the crowd and start pulling people out? And are people going to let you do that? And, who's wanting to give their life up to be an example? I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Is there going to be provocateurs in the crowd? Some false flag type stuff to kick stuff off. I don't know.
There could be.
I mean, we're dealing with some real Nazi level stuff here. I mean, this is insanity.
I don't think that's even that far out of the question. Them putting someone out there to
I expect it.
Because they do that at all these little rallies. There's people in there that shout something, or the idiot that shows up with his gun slung over his back. There's a good portion of those.
FBI.
They just aren't stupid. They're just doing it to see what'll happen, type of thing.
Well, a lot of them are moles, and they get in there and
cause problems.
Well, they have them that's like all this white supremacy stuff that just don't exist. And then you find out these guys, come on, man, these are all government agents. The whole thing, though, I can't even remember his name, but David Duke and the other little guy who came up.
Right.
Come on.
But I don't know if anything happens. I mean, I got no problem getting back on here and throwing up a 10, 15, 20-minute episode talking about it.
Yeah, if we find out anything.
Right now, I have all the time in the world. So, I tell you what, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, hopefully sooner than later, but I will talk about a story really quick. I don't have it in front of me, but it happened here locally in the Twin Falls area.
Okay.
There was a gal. She was at this gas station. She left the gas station to come home, and it sounds like someone followed her home, and as she was getting out of her vehicle, she didn't realize that she had been followed home. Or I don't know what happened, but she went to get out of her vehicle, and she was attacked and had the snot beat out of her.
Okay.
And I put up the post about it and her story. She actually typed it all out for me and put it up on my Facebook page. People can check it out. She's doing better. I don't know if they've caught the guy yet. I know I put the post up on her Facebook page, and it was shared over 1,000 times, and it's got like 400 or 500 comments on it now. But I have talked to her. Her name is Hillary, and she has agreed to come on the podcast and give an interview. Hopefully in the next week. I want to let her get to feeling better, so I look forward to kind of hearing what happens. She did have a firearm with her, but she was unable to get to it because she just not enough room to manipulate and get her firearm out when she needed it. So kind of interested to.
That's interesting. She was attacked while she was still in the car.
I think they grabbed her and pushed her back down into the car. Okay. Is what I think happened. So pretty interesting story for not so small town Twin Falls, right? I mean,
well, we're bringing in new people every day, folks.
Yeah,
we're bringing them in.
I hear Whiskey Warrior 5.7's is going to resettle to Twin Falls when he gets out.
Oh, great! That's all we need. So, real quick note here. I'm just looking at Facebook Live. It says Morgan. He said read that the NRA is actually going to do something a week before the Virginia rally. I don't know what it is. I haven't heard.
I don't know. All I heard is they put up billboards.
Hopefully, everyone resigns.
That's all they've done. I tell you who came and who's actually helping organize and rally people together. Gun Owners of America.
GOA.
NRA. You are done. You are done. You didn't show up. You were late. The Patriot Defense Podcast talked about this where we shamed you into doing something. Pretty sure that was us.
Well, GOA's been working with, what is it, the Virginia Defense
Civilian Defense Network League or something. Yeah.
Those guys are
they're all over it.
They're the front lines of this. They're trying to get stuff done. But
so until then, I think we are done, gentlemen. I will go ahead and throw out all the pertinent information though. Share if you like the show. Subscribe to. Share it with your buddies. Our numbers have been going up, and we're getting more downloads, and we're getting quicker downloads within a couple days, which is fantastic.
Right.
Tarver's in charge of our YouTube. He's our YouTube guy. He keeps me alerted on the views and stuff we've got on YouTube, and according to him, it's been going up pretty significantly.
You might have to go to BitChute.
What?
You might have to start going to BitChute the way they got new. And I hadn't looked at them yet, but YouTube just changed their firearms. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll let you know if we go over there. I got no problem setting up something else. I'll be all over we'll be all over.
Yeah, BitChute's the Wild Wild West. It's like what YouTube used to be. It's like what the internet used to be.
No rules.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You will see some crazy stuff.
I
you get to say what you want to say too.
There you go. Now I got to check it out. So anyhow, if you like us, share it with your friends. We can be found on Spotify. We can be found on Stitcher. We can be found on iTunes, YouTube, and the list goes on and on from there. I looked at the list where my little deal sends it, and it goes everywhere. So share it with your friends. We appreciate it. Call me, text me if you got any comments. Area code 620-794-6223. That's area code 620-794-6223. You can email me at patriotdefense13@yahoo.com, patriotdefense13@yahoo.com, and you can find Patriot Defense on Facebook and the website. The website is patriotdefense13.com, patriotdefense13.com. You can find the podcast there. You can hit the contact button, email me, all that good stuff. So there you go. Thanks for listening. And if we don't see you before then, we will see you next weekend for sure. Thank you. Bye.